You're listening to Passed Out, the podcast where history, mystery, the occult, and the cosmos collide. Every week we explore new conspiracies, uncover hidden truths, question the impossible, and journey into the unknown. Stay curious, and welcome to Passed Out. Welcome to Passed Out. I'm Josh.
I'm Arash.
I hate saying it at the beginning of every episode, but I feel like every week lately is just so fucking crazy. My news feed is just popping every week. There's so much to get through.
This week was especially crazy. We've had some passings of some legends, some hilarious shit go down, and just a wild summer in general.
Yeah.
Let's start off at South Park, though. What a return to form.
I haven't watched the full episode, but I have seen basically just what's been circling around social media. I think I can probably watch it if I go into the YouTube TV app and watch it on the Comedy Central section, but I don't have Paramount Plus and just probably not going to get Paramount Plus with all the fucking drama going down around it.
People have been putting it on X or Twitter for free.
Have they? The
Yeah.
full episode?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I saw it. But I saw it on Paramount Plus too, because there were a few things that I wanted to catch that I might have not caught in the first viewing.
Yeah.
Man, they're so detailed. They're so detailed with people that they have in there, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, um, Leavitt, the press secretary.
Dude, Carolyn Levitt, her character design, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is accurate.
Yeah, with the fuchsia jumpsuit and the cross.
Uh-huh.
And, did you see the part of the AI at the end where it's Donald Trump in the
No.
desert? Oh, that's the best part.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. No, I've seen that clip. I just don't have any context for what is happening there.
So what happens is South Park is PC Principal is now super religious, and it's person of Christ or something like that, and so that's what PC stands for, and he wants to bring Jesus back into the schools. So Jesus makes an appearance at the gym, and then Stan is upset about it, Randy's upset about it, and so they call Donald Trump, and then South Park is upset at Donald Trump, kind of talking shit about him, and then Donald Trump threatens to sue South Park if they continue to talk shit and not support him. And long story short, it comes to where Jesus returns to South Park, and he's kind of mumbling, but when you put the subtitles on, he's talking about Paramount Plus. He's like, "Hey guys, I can't talk right now. Eat the bread, eat the bread." And he talks about Colbert basically, and how Paramount will cancel them if they keep talking shit about Trump. And then from there they make an agreement with Trump to where they pay him half or 2/3 of what he was suing them for. And man, there's so much that goes on in this episode. I've really butchered this summary, but there's the subplot where Cartman's gonna kill himself because everybody hates Jews in South Park, and he doesn't feel like a individual anymore. He's like, well, everybody hates Jews, and so
he basically that was my thing.
Yeah, so he's trying to kill himself in Butter's garage with a hose tied to the exhaust, but they're doing it wrong, of course. Donald Trump is portrayed just like Saddam Hussein was in the movie.
That's what I wanted to point out. I was like, this is very Satan and Saddam from the Bigger, Longer, and Uncut movie.
Yeah.
So that also, the fact that they gave Donald Trump the same voice as Saddam Hussein, I thought was crazy. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about that, but like to me, I was like, this is the Saddam Hussein voice. Like,
Oh yeah, I don't
so
know if South Park is going to continue with previous seasons to where it's going to be an entire plot of the season, or if it's just like a one off.
yeah, we'll see. What was the can you show what was the drama behind the scenes with the Paramount Plus deal and South Park creators?
So they've been negotiating for quite a while, and either the day before, the day of the episode premiere, they made a 5-year, $1.5 billion deal, and it seems like Matt and Trey were upset that uh, Trump removed Colbert from being hosts of the late night, or they're removing the late night show just in
Yeah,
general.
completely. Yeah.
Um, and Donald Trump had sued Paramount for,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know why, but it was
He sued CBS, which I think CBS and Paramount are basically the same
yeah,
company
Paramount
now.
owned CBS. Yep.
Okay. So Donald Trump sued CBS for like saying some shit about him. Basically, this kind of comes out of just Trump suing a bunch of media companies because he just doesn't want them talking shit about him. He doesn't care if it's whether it's factual or not. He just doesn't want them saying anything that is not his narrative.
But if it's not true, I mean, if it is true stuff,
That's the
then
problem. They caved when it's not,
so it's just
you
cheaper
know?
for them to not fight it.
I guess.
I mean, they have so much more money than Donald Trump, you'd think.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just I think it's the fact that the federal government has a lot of power right now, and it seems like they can just fire who they want, and if you have any contracts or connections to the federal government, they just seem like they're like, "Okay, we're done. We can oust you and you're that's that. You know, we'll sue you into oblivion
Or it could be
if you
that
don't
they were
settle."
really spouting up some nonsense bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you see, I mean, I don't want to go too much into politics, but um, you see Trump like kind of proving certain things that happened during his first term. Not saying prove, but he's trying to go that route and show it
Yeah.
with the whole talking to Ghislaine Maxwell and the whole Russia quote unquote hoax. But it pissed Matt and Trey off. And one notable thing is Garrison, as you can see, isn't being Trump anymore. It's
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein is Trump. And they do go to
Mhm.
Garrison's house and he's like watching Love Island or something with his husband.
So funny.
Yeah, Garrison's back to normal. Um, which I liked Garrison as Trump. I thought that was funny too.
Yeah. What's going on with Randy in this episode?
Randy was kind of the point of contact of calling the president. I guess now in retrospect, he thought he was talking to Garrison,
Oh.
which yeah,
That's pretty funny.
because they're at the wine bar and they're like, "Yeah, let's go to Trump right now," and they're like all ready to with like pitchforks and shit, and they go to Garrett. That's when they go to Garrison's house. They're like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
So okay, so the South Park's like addressing their own switch. It's just such a meta
I know.
meta thing to do. Oh, that's so funny.
They got all angles
Feels
covered.
very South Park.
And all that shit played out. I mean, we know due to that documentary that South Park can create an episode in less
Yeah.
than a week, but this was
Huh.
like within hours, whether it was Matt and Trey kind of just predicting things as they fell, but it really felt like they made that episode last minute and really surprised Paramount Plus.
Yeah. Do you think that there are repercussions for this episode? You know, they signed a huge deal with Paramount and then turn around immediately and talk shit about them.
I think that's the genius of Matt and Trey is that they've always kind of done this and they either have good lawyers or they're bright enough themselves, maybe a
Yeah.
combination of the both to
Combination, I'm sure. Yeah.
um there's probably something in the contract where like, yeah, you got to let us do what we want. They even were going to censor out the dick, Donald Trump's dick, but they're like, no, we're just putting googly eyes on it. It'll be okay.
That's crazy.
I know.
Oh, so on like actual television, they googly eyed it.
Well, I don't know how it's. I mean, they don't show it on Comedy Central anymore, right?
I
It's
don't
just
know.
Paramount Plus. So
I don't know. I think you
they don't
probably
have.
can't. That's what I was gonna try and see if you can watch it on Comedy Central.
They've shown dick before, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
They're always
I
pushing the
don't know.
envelope. I love it.
I usually watch it online after the fact, and if you watch it, on the streaming service after the fact, I was watching it on Hulu, I think, and then was it on HBO for a little bit?
I think they went from Hulu. I forgot they were on Hulu, but yeah, they were on Hulu and
Yeah.
then went to Paramount Plus.
Okay. So like I was watching it a lot when it was on Hulu, and like when you watch it when when you have your when you're basically have like the age verified on Hulu, you can it's not going to block me from seeing what the actual content is. So
Yeah. The White House came out and said that South Park's non hasn't been relevant for 20 years, and they're a fourth-rate show at this point. Um, I mean, if they're a fourth-rate show, then they're making a lot of goddamn money.
I know they're getting a lot of they're at Comic-Con right now. They're getting Matt and Trey are getting a lot of love there right now. I think their panel was last night, and I don't really know what they were showing or what they were doing, but I saw the crowd just like going fucking crazy when they took the stage last night. I was like, all right, cool.
I mean, no one's safe from South Park. Nobody.
No,
Nobody.
no, and the best thing that I feel like the best thing you can do is lean into it. I think when celebrities accept it and lean into it, it's the funniest. And when they don't accept it, this is like the Kanye situation all over again, where like,
Did you
you
see when he
know,
was like, maybe I am a gay fish or something like that? Or he was like,
no.
maybe South Park was right when he admitted about him like sucking his own cousin's ding dong.
Oh man, I didn't even
He
like
said
put that
something along those
together.
lines. He was like,
He
maybe
did say
South Park
something
was
along those
right.
lines.
I from celebrities that I've seen lean into it, I've seen Lord lean into it. And I've seen
Yeah,
Cesar
what did she
Millan.
say? Yeah, I think she said that it was cute about the Randy as Lord, which is still probably one of the best seasons of South Park
Yeah,
ever.
that's my favorite episode of all time. For goodness sake,
Really, I think I like Cream Fresh a little bit
that's
more than
yes,
Lord,
that's my favorite
but
episode. Yeah, for sure.
mine
Absolutely.
too.
And I was both
Cream
for
Fresh.
Halloween. I was both iterations of Randy.
Yeah. I think about that, at least, like, I feel like, we've been getting Blue Apron, and Blue Apron, they send a lot of meals with Cream Fresh, like, just like a little thing of Cream Fresh, and every time I pop it open, I'm like, "Cream Fresh." Uh,
I don't know if it was a preview. I saw some image of Diddy with like a gun. It looked like it shot baby oil for this upcoming season. I don't know if
dude,
that's
that'll be
true or not.
so funny.
Uh, there's
I
so
hope
much
it
shit
is.
for them to cover.
I know.
They hadn't been on air for a while, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's been
2.5 years?
it's been like 2 years, yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. So that was
What else have you
cool.
what else have you watched this week?
I've seen Dexter. Dexter is
How is that? Was this week the first episode of the reboot?
no, it's episode 4. They've kind of been setting it
Episode
up
4.
for the main plot of this season, which spoil alert, and I'm sorry, Josh, I know you haven't seen Dexter, but I do want to talk about it.
Go ahead, talk about it. I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to watching it. I feel like once something has too many seasons out, that's like too much homework for me to catch up on. I'm like, this has 7 seasons. That seems hard for me to ever catch up on
Oh
with the amount of
yeah.
things that are coming out that I need to cover right now. So,
7, 8 if you count the first spinoff, 9 with the prequel spinoff, and this is
shit.
technically the 10th.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been out 19 years, but uh so I'm sure there's going to be people who have seen Dexter, so I'll start it off with the beginning of the season. Dexter survives the shooting. He wakes up in a hospital with Batista waiting for him. He meets with Batista, who was uh, he was good friends with him when he worked with Miami PD, and uh, there's a murder that happens in New York City that Dexter hears the nurse talk about, and the way that the body was chopped up, Dexter immediately knew that it was his son that he taught in the previous season how to like get rid of bodies and shit, how to cover your own tracks. So he escapes the hospital right after seeing Batista, and he drives to New York immediately. And Dexter's son is the one that shot him in the previous season. So he's afraid to go talk to him. He's very conflicted. And while he's in New York, uh, he realizes someone took his serial killer name, the Dark Passenger. And so the first few episodes were him kind of hunting down and killing this Dark Passenger guy, while Harrison, his son, is trying to cover up the murder that he just did at the hotel he works at. And Dexter finally kills the other Dark Passenger. While he's at his house, he sees an invitation with a bunch of cash. That's like an invitation for some sort of dinner, and it says like bring a trophy, which is like what serial killers collect from each one of their victims. And so Dexter, being in forensics and shit, he cuts the thumb off of the guy he kills, uses it, and we finally meet like Uma Thurman and Peter Dinklage's characters. Um, I forgot her name. Kristen Ritter, is that the chick from Jessica Jones?
Yes, that's Kristen Ritter.
Kristen Ritter, and then our very own M Bison, David
Damn, what a cast,
Dastmalchian.
dude. So they
Yeah.
got David Desmalchian, fucking Peter Dinklage, and Kristen
And then
Ritter in there?
also,
That's crazy.
what's Doogie Howser's name? Oh my god. I keep wanting to say Sean William Scott. Doogie Howser.
It's, why can't
Neil
I think
Patrick
of him?
Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris, okay.
Neil Patrick Harris is in it. Yeah, star-studded cast, dude. So Peter Dinklage's character is this guy who he's just a big fan of serial killers. That's what we know of him so far. And Dexter, you could tell he's kind of attracted to Kristen Ritter's character because she also has a code. So he starts talking to her, trying to come up with like an idea on why this whole dinner is happening. And since he took the identity of the other dark passenger, I guess that dude was vegan. So like there's this grand feast, and then Dexter has to eat like this nasty ass vegan food when there's all this like prime rib and shit around him.
Crazy.
Yeah. And he kills um Neil Patrick Harris's character because he knows Neil Patrick is this dude who hunts down victims by he likes tattoos. People who get new tattoos, he skins them off, and those are his trophies. And yeah, it's cool to see like Uma Thurman's so good, Peter Dink, everybody's so good. There's like not a weak link in the cast, maybe except for the detective in New York. I don't really like her; she's kind of lame. But everything's starting to come together, and um, I can't wait for the next 5 episodes. It's good that they haven't released them all at once, like how they did with New Blood, which was a season when he was in Alaska and his son comes and finds him,
Mhm.
because the anticipation for the upcoming episodes is a lot better than just watching 10 episodes at once, which is what people like I do.
Yeah, I think that I think that, like, weekly episodes is much better format. I'm glad that a lot of streaming services have kind of switched back to that,
Yeah.
so
They released the first two at once, which made sense because you need to set up the
yeah.
season, but they've been
Yeah.
doing one episode at a time. It's only going to be 10 episodes, which seems to be the common amount per season lately on streaming services.
I feel like 8 has become more common
Really?
than 10 lately. Yeah, I feel like a lot of seasons are like 8 episodes.
Hmm.
Disney Plus, a lot of Star Wars and Marvel stuff is like 6 episodes most of the time
They
now.
have long
Maybe 8
episodes
if
though,
you're lucky.
right?
Yeah, they do have longer episodes, and but yeah, I think you're right. Between 8 and 10 nowadays, it's pretty standard. We've been moving through Righteous Gemstones, and that's like 9 episodes a season,
What's that?
which that's a it's got John Goodman and man, why can't I think of his name? Fucking the main guy from Eastbound and Down.
Oh, Danny McBride.
Yes, Danny McBride. So it's John Goodman and Danny McBride and Adam Devine,
So it's
and
a
they're like
comedy?
it is a comedy. There's like drama going on, but basically it's like um John Goodman is a like the most famous televangelist preacher,
What?
and his sons are Adam Devine and uh Danny McBride, and then they've got a sister too, and it's like the gemstone empire because they're the gemstones, and it's just,
How have I
dude,
never
it
heard of
is
this?
so fucking good. It's on HBO, man. It is so good. I hadn't watched it either, and then like Laurel was like, I really want to watch this because the 4th season just came out, and we moved through the first 2 seasons so quick. We're about to start the 3rd season
Wow.
probably tomorrow. I would start it tonight, but we're going to Fantastic Four tonight.
Oh, okay. So what are you expecting from Fantastic Four?
From Fantastic Four, man, it is getting really good reviews. Like it's also like its Rotten Tomatoes is like almost identical to Superman's. So the expectations are high. You also know that that it's going to tie in heavily to Doomsday. It's the Russo brothers directed the post credit scene.
Nice.
Yeah, so
This takes place in the
I know, dude.
1950s, right?
Like 1960s, yeah, and they're really leaning into like the retro comic vibe. Like it really looks like the 60s comics. I think the casting looks really good. I'm really excited. I've heard nothing but praise for Julia Garner's um, Silver Surfer. So I'm also excited. Dude, I really like Ralph Ineson, and that's who they've got playing Galactus. So he's I feel like he's more of a like a side character in almost everything I've seen him in, but he's in a lot of A24 movies. He's the detective in Nosferatu, and he was like the dad in The Witch, so he's like a big horror actor. Um
So if they're tying in Doctor Doom potentially in the end credit scene, is it going to be? It wouldn't make sense
Potentially.
to be Robert Downey, would it? Because if it's anything to do
I
with
don't
Iron
know.
Man,
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's the speculation around Doom, right? You're like, okay, why would you recast Robert Downey as Doom? Is like Doom a variant of Iron Man? Is Victor Von Doom just not a thing now? Um, so I don't know how they're gonna play it, but if you in the comics, like Doom is a big part of. He's the Fantastic Four's. Doom is a big deal in the Marvel universe altogether. Like he's one of the most powerful villains.
yeah.
Um, but he was like the start of like he was in the comic books. He's part of like what happens to the Fantastic Four and how they get their powers is kind of what turns him into Doctor Doom. So I'm not sure how they tie it all together, but like I would be really surprised if I don't see a small Robert Downey cameo in Fantastic Four. I haven't seen any spoilers or anything to confirm that. I have seen some spoilers just immediately, like the second it came out yesterday, like people were like spoilering shit on fucking like TikTok. But
Oh God.
um it goes quick. So but yeah, that's why I see these movies as like Saturday night is the weekend they come out. It's just so I'm super stoked to see it tonight. On top of that, like, I'm trying to think if I have any predictions. It's hard for me to predict stuff now. Like, I know too much about the plot now. I wish they would have kept one thing secret because like they were keeping it super secret in the trailers until they started doing TV spots, and I accidentally saw a TV spot that like I was like, okay, now I know exactly what they're doing.
What was
Um
that?
that Sue's pregnant and has Franklin Richards during the movie. So like, the movie's basically going to be about Franklin Richards, which Franklin Richards is becomes Kang in the future. A variant of Franklin Richards becomes Kang.
Wow.
So, and Kang was their big bad that they were setting up, and then all the drama with Jonathan Majors went down. But Kevin Feige, in his interview with Deadline this week, was saying that they were starting to shift from Kang even before that happened. And I've heard rumors that the way that they deal with Kang is that when he shows up in Doomsday, that fucking Doom just kills him immediately.
I thought they got
So
Jonathan Majors back.
they did, but he's only playing a small cameo in Doomsday. And it sounds like it's just to die so that they can kill his character off.
Damn.
Yeah. So, probably still pretty good payout for him. He got off, right? Like all
Yeah.
of that shit ended up not being true. I just
It's fucked up, man.
like now his public image is like, to the general public, like is probably a little fucked. And now, like Disney's like, okay, like we kind of wrote you out and like we're just gonna kill you now.
They better
It
pay
is
him
kind of
well.
fucked up. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, they better pay him well and like kind of set it up for something else. So we'll see. Because like, dude, honestly, he's a great actor. I don't know if you've really seen him in anything, but in can't think of what it was, but who wrote Cthulhu?
Aleister Crowley? Or you
No,
mean the movie?
no, like the books. Like,
I thought it was
what is
Aleister
that?
Crowley.
It's not Aleister Crowley. It was God. We probably people think we're probably the fucking biggest idiots on these
We
podcasts
could
because I
edit this
can't
out. We could
remember
edit it out
anybody's
and make
name.
it seem like we thought of it immediately.
Uh,
Is
that's
it
not
the
a big
other
deal.
Satanist guy? Anton LaVey?
No, it's Lovecraft.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay. So Jonathan Majors, what I first saw him in was Lovecraft Country, which is like basically just like an 8 episode show on HBO that was and it was basically like if Lovecraftian themes kind of hit, Black America in the South in the 1950s.
Hmm.
It's really fucking good. Like that show was amazing, but it was only a one season. Got canceled before they did season 2. All that stuff went down with him. So
Damn, so he got out of
I
2
just,
jobs because of that.
yeah, dude, which sucks for him,
He needs to be
but
able to
like
sue like
I think I think Marvel made a huge mistake with Kang. Like on top of that, I think that Marvel made a huge misstep with Kang. Like I think in at the end of Loki, bro, the way that they did Kang and Loki is fantastic. Like perfect. Both seasons he's like a different variant of Kang. But it's really good how they did both of those. It's like it's great. But they also just tried to make him a big bad that would show up everywhere. I just think that first off, I don't think Ant-Man Quantumania is a good movie at all. Like, it's just not. The whole thing takes place in the quantum realm, so it's like it's all like the entire movie is CGI except for like except for the like 4 characters who are not CGI. They replaced the entire supporting cast with like CGI monsters basically and like jello creatures and shit like that in the quantum realm, and you're like, bro, I'd much rather have Michael Pena and fucking David Desmalchin here as your fucking comic relief. Like
that's
what are
right.
we
Dude,
doing? Like,
David Osmalchin is in everything right now.
yes, dude, yeah, he tells the dude, he's like he's probably what my favorite scene in like Ant-Man 2 is David
He
Desmalchin
was Polka
talking.
Dot
He's like,
Man.
Baba Yaga, Baba. Yeah, dude, he was Polka Dot Man, and he's great as Polka Dot Man. I
Yeah,
love
that was
doing that
that
too.
was a
Yeah,
good
dude.
portrayal of that character.
Yes, absolutely. James Gunn, by the way, just fucking
That's true.
just
Speaking of
knocking it out of
James
the park, man.
Gunn, new Batman has been cast. What do you think of that? Mark Richards? Richson.
Is that it? I thought that was a rumor.
Oh, I thought
Did
it was
they
confirmed.
actually cast Alan Richardson?
Alan Richson. Let's see. I
That's
thought it
like
was
my understanding is that's a fan casting. The fans have been pushing for that for a long time.
really. I thought it was
Because
confirmed.
dude, it's because of how big he is in Reacher. You know, like
Right.
he's a tank, bro. So like he really looks like the Dark Knight. But that means that I hope they don't go that direction, and I'll tell you why. Because the big bulky ripped version of Batman, which I guess you could make a big bulky version of Batman, a younger version of Batman, but that's typically not the case in the comics. Typically, that version of Batman is from the Dark Knight Returns, and that's like the 55-year-old Batman who's like just fucking just been working himself out and just ripped and like driving race cars in the beginning of that fucking comic book. Like he's like that's that version of Batman. And if you're gonna go that version of Batman, I feel like your Batman has to be older. But like I feel like since Superman's only been around for 3 years, I feel like you should be interacting with a younger Batman. Now, where I do want to, retract on some comments that I said before is now that I've seen Superman, Matt Reeves' Batman and the way that like Pattinson portrayed Batman, I don't think those two worlds merge together. And they've confirmed that they will not. They have since confirmed that they will not merge those universes together, since he said that in that article. But now what he's saying is that Matt Reeves' Batman universe is basically Elseworlds. It's still DC, but those are just Elseworlds. They will not interact with the main version of the DCU, and they will cast Batman. But I really don't think that they cast Alan Richardson as Batman.
No, they
Would you
haven't.
confirm? It's a rumor. Okay.
This Yahoo article was very misleading. It's saying inching closer
Of
to,
course it was. They wanted you to click, bro.
but I know they got me. Just like Robot Legs got us a few weeks ago.
I know. But
He was great as
uh
Raphael though in Teenage Mutant
yes, he
Ninja
was.
Turtles.
That was like really the only redeeming factor about those Ninja Turtle movies.
Really, you didn't like him? I thought they were
I think
hilarious.
Shredder looks sick. They are funny. I like the turtles. I just
The fact that they kept saying "brah" made
I
it
know. I do think
hilarious.
that's funny. I just there are things that Megan Fox does in that movie that
Oh,
are so cringe that it makes it hard for me not to fucking watch it.
I don't know.
The story with her where she's like, "I knew these turtles when I was a little girl," and you're like,
Yeah, that's stupid.
"Shut the
Why
fuck
is he
up!" Like,
obsessed with Megan Fox, dude?
dude, I don't know, but
She's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but
she's
she
beautiful,
is
yeah,
an
and like
awful actress, just like
yeah,
her
dude.
husband is an awful
The only
musician.
the only performance the only performance of hers that I don't mind is I don't mind her in the first Transformers movie.
I
I really
even
don't.
then, honestly, I'm like, she, she looks too old for Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a high school student and it looks like I have had Botox for 10 years now.
Yeah, yeah,
I like the first movie, don't get me wrong. Just like I like Ninja Turtles, but she's just been the weak link in everything I've seen.
yeah,
Just because she's easy to look at.
yeah. The Ninja Turtles thing just might be a hang up for me because like that's one of those things where I'm like, if you do it wrong, like I'm just gonna have questions about it because like I am a fucking diehard fan of like the comic books, diehard fan of like the '80s TV
Yeah.
show and the '90s movies. The '90s Ninja Turtle movies fucking
The
slap. I don't
first
give a
couple
fuck what
ones.
anybody says,
The
dude.
first couple
Yeah,
ones,
dude.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Fucking the one number 3, the one about time is kind of
Yeah.
whack. But like even that one it has redeeming I feel like it
Sure.
has redeeming moments,
Sure.
you know?
What did you think of the
Um
new animations where April O'Neil's like a fucking chipmunk looking thing? Have you seen those?
which new animations?
It's like they had maybe 2 years ago, a little less than that. They had a movie with the turtles
Yeah.
looking way different, and
Yeah, they tried to go the Spider-Verse route on that movie.
okay.
Is that what you're talking about? You're
I don't
talking
know. I
about
haven't seen it, but the animation looks so awful it put me off from even giving it a chance.
it's it's better than you think. I like it, dude, and like it's got kind of a hold on, what I'm trying to think what that movie was called, but it was
Into the Turtle verse. I'm just kidding.
it it should have been called Into the Turtleverse, but what is it? Oh, Mutant Mayhem is the new is what it is. But dude, there's some redeeming shit about it. Like the voice cast in that is insane. Like, did you see all the actors that they have in there?
No, I didn't care.
Okay, so like you basically have kids playing, them. They and I think they did make April like a black nerd girl.
Oops, I thought she
Um,
looked like a chipmunk for some reason.
no, they made her a black nerdy girl basically
Okay.
who kind of stumbles onto the turtles, and she's like, they went like a younger version of her, so she's not quite a TV reporter. She's like, I'm like the
School
school
project.
broadcast
Okay.
girl. Like she's like the broadcast journalism girl. They go that angle, but like,
Another redhead, by the way, replaced by a black person.
dude, I think you might be right about this fucking theory. As controversial as it is, you're not fucking wrong. And we keep finding more too as we go.
the great ginger replacement.
Yeah, but dude, this cast is great, man. This is what I like about it. So when you listen to the movie, like it's got a really good cast. Like you've got Jackie Chan as Master Splinter.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, dude. And then you got John Cena and Seth Rogen as Bebop and Rocksteady.
Cool.
And then essentially the plot of that movie is that the ooze that made the turtles also fell down the sewer to a different portion, and it hit a fly, and that fly becomes Superfly, and that is Ice Cube doing the voice of Superfly. And basically Ice Cube does what Master Splinter does,
Superfly. That's funny.
where he like just takes all these like where he takes all these animals that he found and like gives them the ooze, and then he has like a mutant army, and he's got Bebop and Rocksteady in there, and he's got like they got Post Malone playing like a manta ray with a knife, and all he does is he sings his name and he goes Ray Fillet. It's so ridiculous, but it's that movie has some charming. If you liked Into the Spider-Verse, you probably like that. It's not my favorite Ninja Turtles movie, not my favorite Ninja Turtles story, but like it does have some moments where I'm like, okay, this is really funny.
Have you seen the
Especially, dude, Paul Rudd as Mondo Gecko is so funny.
have you ever read the comics about man, I wish I remembered what it was called, but essentially it's Michelangelo being the last remaining turtle.
I think you're talking about Raphael, and you're talking about the Last Ronin.
Is it Raphael or is it? I thought it was
It's Raphael, yeah.
Michelangelo.
It's Raphael, and all of his brothers have died. You're talking about the Last Ronin, which I think they're making into a live action movie right now.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask you. Do you think it would work?
I love Raphael. Okay. I just don't know. I don't feel like he can. I just don't know if he stands on his own as well as you would think. Which also, did you see
It's
TMNT?
Michelangelo, by the way.
Is it
Yeah.
Michelangelo? That's the last Ronin. I really thought it was Raphael.
No, it's wakes up to see an
Maybe
older
I'm
April
thinking of
O'Neil who identifies the turtle as Michelangelo.
interesting. Okay, well, I'm here for it. I guess it's a different take on kind of what they did in I really thought that the comic was Raphael as the last Ronin, but
It would make sense because one wouldn't think that Michelangelo is like the last remaining
yeah, dude, like
turtle.
Raph makes so much more sense because Raph kind of leaves the group all the fucking time, and he always kind of like
But that's
goes
probably
off on
why
his
they
own,
didn't
like an
make it
anger.
like that because he's kind of the
Yeah, they're like, we
sorry,
need
Rat
to do
fans, that he's the
something
biggest
different.
bitch in the crew.
Yeah, dude, and I think that was my hang up with the last Ronin. Is it's just like Raph, like I love Raph, I love all of them, but like I think Raph's my least favorite out of the
Same.
four. Like I love Leo. Like I've always felt like I'm kind of a leader, so like I really identify like and as like the older brother in my family, like I feel like I really identified as Leo. But like also like the production and just like kind of like nerdy tech part of me like really identifies with Donatello.
Yeah, I would say mine goes Mikey, Donnie, Leo, then Raph.
Yeah, so like
Who would
I'm a
Rob
real like
be? Rob would definitely be Michelangelo, right?
I don't know. I always looked at my brother like he was Michelangelo. Like Nate's my Michelangelo, bro. Like Nate is the Michelangelo to my Leonardo. Like that is like how I feel about my relationship with my brother.
Fair.
In that grouping, I feel like I don't know who our Donatello is, but I feel like you'd be Raph.
Just straight calling me a bitch.
Not calling you a bitch, but you just the like kind of like get a little heated and like I gotta fucking figure this out myself sometimes kind of vibe.
Damn. Well, that makes me
The lone
sad.
wolf style sometimes.
Well,
Who would
I hope
Rob
they
would
make.
be more Rob would be like the Rob is definitely like
He'd be
the bra
Rocksteady
version that
or actually Bebop,
uh,
one of them.
uh, or he's which one Razor, the fucking snapping turtle from uh,
Who'd be the brain?
That's so funny. Oh, I don't know, Krang?
Yeah, Krang. I always forget his name.
Krang. Yeah, his name's Krang, and he like I always thought it was weird that he like rode around in like the stomach of like the big
It
fucking
makes
dude.
zero sense.
It does make
He's
zero
probably just
sense.
hungry all the time. He's like, oh, yeah, the voice of the reasoning of a person comes from the stomach. That's the only thing I could think of.
Oh,
But what a ugly like human suit to be in too. Like the
I
most
know, dude.
retarded
I
looking
I
thing you
know.
could find, and then wearing like red underwear and overalls, like you're fucking
Yeah, but
Zangief.
dude, if you were an alien and you were like trying to figure out what a human looked like before you got there, and you're like, all right,
What did he see though? What
I
was
don't
it? We're
fucking
like,
know.
what was his modeling? He's like, oh, yep, I
I
got
have
it.
no idea.
He's like watching WWE. He's like, this is how humans look like.
He really does. He really does look like one of those. You know what he looks like? He looks like one of those stuffed, like the fucking wrestler dolls when you
Yeah,
were a kid. You remember
dude,
what I'm talking about?
absolutely.
That you would like
The
wrestle.
rubber ones. Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, I got it. Here it is.
Uh, he's like, I found this on Amazon.
That would make a cool like little prequel to the Turtles is how Krang modeled his human.
They should go that route. I feel like all the movies are always like, we're gonna use Shredder, or we're gonna use like Bebop and Rocksteady, or like just like some other mutant creature, you know. And Rich, the fucking Ooze, the second Ninja Turtles movie, they created their own two characters, but it was also based on the Ooze. So
There is a female
Spirit of the
turtle
Ooze.
too, right?
Yes, yes, in the cartoon there was.
Yeah, and she
She was like a villain most of the time, and she would like switch sometimes. She was kind of like the Ninja Turtles like anti-hero. She would kind of switch sides a little bit and move around. They have never touched on her in a movie, but like she was I remember her in like the 80s TV show.
Oh wow, I didn't know she was that old.
Yeah,
Huh. She had an interesting name. I can't think of it right now, but
I
it
can't
had
think of it right
nothing to
now
do with
either.
artists as far as I
Yeah.
could tell. Um so yeah, do you want to touch on the two well, actually there were four losses in my opinion this past week with Michael Madsen, Malcolm Jamal Warner,
Yeah.
Ozzy, and Hulk Hogan. Michael Madsen obviously with the Kill Bill movies,
Hmm.
so much more. He was great in everything, iconic
Yeah, he
roles.
was. Yeah. I think Reservoir Dogs probably is my like
Yeah,
first thought is him. But like just typical. He's one of the main players for a long time for Tarantino movies.
yep. And Malcolm Jamal Warner from The Cosby Show, drowning, I believe, at the age of 54. That's super
Yeah.
young. That's really
On a
tragic.
family vacation, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's fucking
it
terrible.
is.
I die. Terrible fucking place to go.
It is. Apparently, I mean, not to make light of the tragedy, but I heard drowning is like the best way to go. It's like
I feel
very,
like it's probably quick.
hopefully. I mean, yeah, I hope it was the least amount of suffering possible.
Yeah. I'd rather drown than be burned for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely. That's probably the worst way to go is getting
Yeah.
burned.
Probably, yeah.
And
I
then
don't know why I thought that. I was like, what's the opposite of water? Fire.
die by earth and air. Air would suck, I think.
Bro, I think I would rather burn alive quickly than get buried alive and just like claustrophobically
Oh
suffocate to
man, that
death.
movie with Ryan Reynolds where he's like,
Oh,
I
buried.
could not.
I can't even.
Yeah,
I can't. I
that might
can't.
be my
There's
favorite Ryan Reynolds role. Just because it was
not
such a
mine.
unique movie, but
For me, Ryan Reynolds will always be Van Wilder.
he's played that. I think of what it is he's played that role for
Too
everything
many
since.
times.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like the template that he used, but like that movie does it the best.
I'll give you that.
I'm
Yeah,
not even. I'm. This is controversial, but like I don't like the Deadpool movies that
that's why we're
much.
friends.
Like I just like
It was funny for
I
like the
don't see what
first
all
10
the
minutes, and you're like, oh
yeah, dude.
God, kill this guy already.
There's a few really funny parts, but like I think he overdoes it.
Yeah.
Like it's too much Ryan Reynolds and not enough Deadpool.
You know who would be a good Deadpool, and I could be totally wrong, but a younger Jim Carrey would have made an awesome fucking Deadpool.
Absolutely.
He's, yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, dude, I could see that totally. They should have done I wish they would have done that instead of Jim Carrey's Riddler, but
he was,
which I appreciate him as the
yeah, he was
Riddler.
pretty
I
funny.
do
So.
appreciate him as yeah, I which when it comes I I do like Batman Forever.
The
So,
when the next movie after that was when I discovered I was
Batman and
straight.
Robin.
Yeah, I saw it.
Uma
Speaking of
Thurman.
Uma Thurman, I was like, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
like women.
I've always had the hots for Poison Ivy though. Like just I'm like, yeah, okay.
And then yeah, but yeah, going back to the passings this week, Ozzy for me, and I'm sure you hit the most. Uh,
Yeah, definitely.
it's crazy that it was only 2 weeks, maybe not even 2 weeks since the farewell show, Black
I
Sabbath.
know. I was literally talking about that too, and I just watched so much content on the Black Sabbath farewell thing. Like it was
It seems like he kind of
so
knew. There's a picture of
yeah,
Sharon like in the back of the stage, kind of just looking, maybe thinking that was like over in the sense that he's finally retiring for good. But you
yeah.
can't help but think that there was some part of her that, she loved the man to
No, she's
death.
on the way out. Yeah,
Yeah, she knew something was up.
yeah.
But I'm glad he got to do it. He got to see
Me
his
too.
daughter get proposed to. It sucks, but that's probably the way you want to go is have a
Yeah.
farewell while you're still alive. You compare that to Chris Cornell or Chester Bennington having the farewell after the fact.
Yeah.
Um, Even Ronnie James Dio, the other singer of Black Sabbath, he went without any warning. And then
Yeah.
say what you will about Hulk Hogan and what you think of his politics, but he is such a huge, huge part of why the WWE became international. Like,
Mhm.
it's wild that the Iron Sheik passed away 2 years ago, and the Iron Sheik was like the biggest heel of all time. Yet when he died, there was so much like support for him and um,
Yeah.
genuine like outreach of love. And then when Hulk Hogan dies, you have, I would say, about 2/3 of people saying, oh well, he was a racist." I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
it's
weird.
complicated. It is weird, because like yeah, dude, when we were kids, I wasn't really I didn't really pay attention to wrestling when Hulk Hogan was the good guy.
Same.
Like for me, like Hulk Hogan is with
NW,
Scott Hall
yeah,
and
the
Kevin Nash
Hollywood Hogan. Yeah, that
in
was my introduction to
NWO.
him too.
Like that was like really my introduction to him. So like him and like Iron Sheik and like him beating that for the championship, like that's all stuff that I learned much later in life, you know. And my appreciation for Iron Sheik on Twitter is kind of what sent me down those rabbit holes. It really wasn't Hulk Hogan at that point, But what I will say about Hulk Hogan is I think that he created the template that The Rock and John Cena have followed, where he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna branch out of this and start doing major movies." Like he went and did Suburban Commandos, and he was in like one of the Three Ninja movies, and like he was doing all these big movies in like the '90s. And then like I think he created kind of like the template for how you do that, and then like The Rock was able to kind of follow his path with that, and the same with John Cena now.
Did Roddy Piper do movies before Hulk, or was it Hulk who started that?
I couldn't tell you.
I think it
I
would.
could
I
be
think you're right. I
completely
think it
wrong
is the
about this.
Hulk because
Even if Roddy Piper did do it first, I think Hulk
you're right.
was he was able to popularize it in a way that I don't think Roddy
That's a
Piper.
good point. He did set that standard, and I saw I don't know if it's a meme or just a graphic that compared the lifetime earnings of The Rock and Hulk, and it's just crazy how much more money The Rock has made.
Rock has made. Yeah, dude, he's probably got like an ungodly amount of money,
I think it
right?
was 800 million.
Yeah, you know,
I don't know if that's his net worth or how
I'm
much he's
seeing
made.
him. I've kind of seen him take a step back, right? Like I'm seeing him in way less right now. Like I think he hit the point where people get tired of you. I think him and Kevin Hart and kind of Ryan Reynolds, I think they're all in the same boat right now, where it's like you oversaturated the market for too long, and I think people have stopped watching your
Well,
movies.
Ryan
And I just,
Reynolds, I think the whole Justin Baldoni thing has really taken a hit on his image, even though
yeah,
it's not completely shown how much he's had to do with it. But the things that are coming out about him and how he's controlling Blake allegedly, and him allegedly yelling at Justin Baldoni on set, being super jealous, and making a whole nice pool, which we covered before. I think that's taken a hit on him and his wife's image to where he at least realizes, yeah, people probably don't want to see me right now, so I'm going to take a step back.
yeah. I don't. I haven't heard if they're gonna do any more Deadpool movies in the Marvel universe or not. But
I think it'll be a while before we see that.
I think so too, and they might be recasting him anyways because they're about to reboot the entire Secret Wars will close out the Marvel universe as we know it. It's the end of Secret Wars will reboot us into a new X-Men universe where they're recasting all the X-Men basically as younger
So
cast,
the
and then
X-Men are
that'll
going to
start
start
off
the
the new.
new universe.
Yes,
I hope they have the song. It has to be with like a symphony.
has to be. Yeah, dude, which I have heard, dude, like there's rumblings that the that X-Men 97 will kind of fishtail into that a little bit, which I'd be fine if that's how they went. But like
That
even
would
those
be
are a little bit older
insane.
versions of the those are older versions of the characters than I think that they might be going for.
Okay.
But maybe I'm not right.
Who do
Maybe
you think
you
plays Wolverine?
I don't know.
David
I've seen
Desmalchian.
if I were if I were to cast David Desmalchian in an X-Men movie, I kind of feel like I would cast him as man, who would he do good?
Beast?
Nightcrawler.
Night? Yes. Yeah. Night. Absolutely. Good call.
Yeah, dude, like a yeah. I
Yep.
think that's what I would do. Nightcrawler. Yeah. I don't know how I would cast. The biggest X-Men casting that I have seen rumors of is the casting of there's a rumor that Elle Fanning might be Jean Grey.
I could see that.
I I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'd rather it be that than like I don't think I hate that they're just like let's chase a redhead who kind of like might look like Jean Grey with their natural hair color. Hair dye somebody's hair red. You're not gonna find it.
Oh, you know what
How
they're
many
gonna
redheads
do?
actually have green
Do you know
eyes?
who's gonna be Jean Grey? A black chick. And then my prediction will be fucking complete.
Yeah. You know who
There's
they
no
should
denying
cast
it.
as black? You know who should be black?
Storm.
Mystique.
Oh yeah,
Mystique, bro.
Mystique. I thought
Like
Storm
Mystique
was
when she
great.
comes out of that door. Storm's always black. Look, that's something that the X-Men does really well. The X-Men is really good at diversity, but Storm has always been black.
Really? I feel like
Yes.
XO97. Maybe Maybe I just thought
No,
she
dude,
was
she's
tan or
black in
something.
X-Men '97. She does look. She looks. Yeah, she looks a little lighter sometimes, but like she's black. She's from Africa, bro. She like in the comic books, like Storm marries Black Panther.
Oh yeah, you know what? I don't know how I didn't feel like I didn't know her name's Aurora Monroe.
Yeah, Aurora Monroe.
Aurora.
Aurora. Yeah,
That's weird. Well, shit.
but I like Storm. I just I do think that I crack up at how they do her in like the X-Men cartoons where she's just like wind, water, I am the master of the elements. You're like, what? Like you gotta be that dramatic, lady?
Hey, whether,
But
some sort of vibrations of the voice.
yeah. But I was yeah, I'm a huge X-Men fan, so I love it all around.
X-Men, I got into it. This isn't going to surprise you. Was when they just started making the Street Fighter versus X-Men video games, and I was like, "Oh, cool. Who are
Dude,
these guys?"
Marvel vs. Capcom is like one of the best video games. I
Yeah,
was playing Marvel vs. Capcom last Saturday at the arcade. I got tired of pinball, and then I found that machine, and I was like, I can't believe I haven't seen this yet.
yeah. I mean, even before that, the first time they merged Capcom and Marvel was Street Fighter versus
Yeah.
X-Men, and then that's kind of like what started the Street Fighter Alpha series, is because they
Hmm.
drew them similar to how the animations in the
X Men.
X-Men video game were,
Yeah,
which is a great fighting game too in itself.
it is a great fighting game. Yeah, no, I loved the original X Men on Super Nintendo.
Who was the green dude with like the eyes all around him? I forgot his name.
Green dude with the eyes all around him.
Man, I'll find it right now. X-Men fighting game.
Show me a picture, and I'll
It's
probably
like
tell you
Gamma
exactly who it
something.
is. But
He was so. I'm gonna download that today. He had a weird fucking name though. Playable character might have been X-Men fighting game.
all right, did he have tentacles?
Yes,
You're talking about Shumagarath.
Shuma Garath. Yes. Did he have eyes all around him?
No, he's got one big eye and like
Okay.
tentacles all
Okay.
around.
Yeah. I probably thought the tentacles are eyes or something.
Which he's in the opening of Multiverse of Madness and Doctor Strange 2. The Doctor Strange and Wong fight him in the street.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Bro, you gotta watch that one. It's so good. Like they blow up, they unravel John Krasinski as John Krasinski shows up in that as like an alternate version of Mr. Mr. Fantastic.
Wow.
And like Wanda just whips her hands and like he stretches and like his whole body just like unravels. It's fucking crazy. That scene's crazy, dude. Like in the alternate universe where like Doctor Strange is captured, there's like a whole scene where like
With
Patrick Stewart's
yes,
like
I've seen that
X-Men comes out,
scene. I
dude.
have seen that scene. Yeah.
Okay, well after that scene, there's a huge fight scene where like Wanda kills all of the Avengers on that team, basically.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Well, shit, we're hitting up an hour right now. Do you want to?
We are hitting up an hour. I have one more thing that I wanted to touch on that I did not write down on the docket. Um, but it was I saw it late last night, but this might be the most genius marketing move that I've ever seen, but the astronomer's new temporary CEO is Gwyneth Paltrow.
What the fuck?
Yeah. You didn't know about that,
No.
dude? Yeah, they confirmed her as their temporary CEO last night and
What the fuck does she know about
I'm like
cybersecurity?
I don't know, but her ex-husband outed their CEO. So,
Oh
so this
my
is like
god. There's layers to
the
this.
most. Yes, dude, this is like the most meta thing that's ever
Dude,
happened.
yeah, that reminds me too. We didn't get into this, but that T app, speaking of
Yeah,
cybersecurity, that's crazy too.
dude, I didn't know about the tea app, but it's basically chicks like spilling tea on their
It
dudes
was
or something.
supposedly
Like,
started. I mean, it recently came out, as far as I know. And what it was is the thought behind it, the initial purpose of it was to look up men that you're dating or starting to get interested in, and check to see if they have any like violence on their record, essays on their record, things like that. but it just kind of, I mean, with the name T, it's prone to becoming something different than that, and it's just like, oh yeah, this guy allegedly cheated on me, or he has a small wang, or doesn't last, which I think is pretty freaking
It is pretty
hilarious.
funny.
You know, there's a dude's really butthurt about that, but I mean, let's say
It turns into like a baseball trading card game on dudes, like Tinder dudes.
Bro,
Like, what are his stats?
dude,
Last
that's what
20
we
minutes,
should
bro.
do for chicks. Have baseball cards. Oh my gosh, you're a genius. So yeah, it started off as that, and then I'm pretty sure it was a hacker from 4chan that was like, let's see how secure this is, and it was not secure at all.
Secure at all.
Not.
Okay.
So they had
God damn.
driver's licenses, just a bunch of data that were in unsecured folders or areas.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they got doxxed completely.
You'd think with systems like fucking AWS and like Palantir and shit, you think that you would be able to just design an app that has like the amount of security that like you don't have this problem.
Well,
Like,
I mean, I don't know if the guy's getting sued, but if he isn't, the person who created the app was a dude, so you can't help but think, did he create this just to have it get doxxed eventually?
maybe that's possible. So like he like purposely put, like shitty security around it.
Yeah, because you had to take the fact that you had to take a picture of yourself and submit a driver's license is pretty fucking wild for an app like that.
Dude, I think that's getting pretty normal for an app like that. Yeah, but like you got to do that like now with like Verbo and like Airbnb if you want to
That
stay at
makes
most
sense though,
people's
because you're
houses now.
staying
Like
at
now you got to upload your ID and shit where you didn't have to before.
that part makes sense, but to talk
Yeah.
about like your exes, it's pretty weird. I mean, it'd make more
Yeah,
sense
that is
even to have
pretty
it on
weird.
a site or a app like Tinder more than
Yeah.
an app where you're like reviewing dudes. And that's basically what it was. I don't know why guys are so butthurt about
Yeah.
that, but of course chicks talk. If they're not talking about it online, they're gonna be talking about it in person. Or this shit has
Yeah.
gone on forever.
Uh-huh.
And if you didn't know about that before, like, well,
Yeah. I
I
mean, chicks
mean,
have
now
probably
you
talked
know,
shit
dude.
about us.
I could only imagine the shit that's been talked about me, and rightfully so. I've been a complete asshole at
Same.
times, and
Same.
I just hope they were kind of nice or kind of forgot about certain things. I mean, I wasn't an SAer by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Like you said, I might have been a Raphael here and there.
I hope you're not really offended by that.
No, but he is my least favorite turtle.
You got anything else?
Um, no, but please like, subscribe, share, watch again, watch the clips. We appreciate any support you can give us. And
Yeah, next weekend we'll talk heavily about all of the announcements from Comic-Con this weekend. We will also be talking about I'll do a Fantastic Four review next week as well.
cool.
And I'm sure we'll have a ton of other topics that come up throughout the week and potentially some songs of the summer conversation.
Yeah.
Which keeps getting delayed because of crazy news.
Yeah.
Feed.
Because everything's song of the summer this year.
I know. Well, with that, everybody pass out, and we'll see you later.
Bye.